Oh, hello there. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Learning from Pictures series. This is a series of classes every Friday where you improve your powers of description and you add to your vocabulary by looking at real pictures from all over the world, all over the internet. No Photoshop, no fakes. Things that hopefully will surprise you and amaze you. More about the class in just a minute. But first, let me do a quick introduction and we'll get started. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. By the way, if you click on my name anywhere in Verbling, or you click on the link in the Verbling chat, it'll take you here to my profile page. Here, you can follow me on the left side to get notifications of my upcoming classes, and you can book a private tutoring session with me or buy a package on the right. Don't forget, we have our new tandem packages where you can team up with other learners and all divide the cost, making it more affordable and more fun. It's always more fun to be in a group. So think about that, and if you're interested, before you book, please send me a message so I can make sure that I've got time for you in my schedule. Let's take a look at our material for today. Here it is. This particular material, I won't be able to give you the link until the end of class because I want everything that you see to be a surprise. Okay, so before we get, well, as we're waiting for people to come in, what I will do, give me a second, I'm just going to adjust something on my computer. There we go. What I will do is give you some ideas about how we're going to go about, or what we've done in the past, how we go about learning from pictures. Okay, so for example, in part 1, stage 1, beginning to wonder if maybe there's a problem with the Hangout, because right now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave and come back just to make sure there's no problem with the broadcast. Okay, so if you want to come on in, feel free to do so, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, yes, I'm back. I stepped out for a moment because I thought there may have been a problem with the Hangout. Let me go back here, get the material on screen, and we'll get started. So, here's the plan. As I show you the pictures, you're going to describe them at different levels of detail. Let's say that stage 1 is going to be something like this. I'm going to ask you to simply answer the question, what's going on in this picture? I'll ask you to think about it, make a few notes, and write your answer in the chat window. That way, I'll be able to correct your answer and give you suggestions. At the end, I'll reveal the real story behind the picture, and we'll compare your answers to what was really going on and find out if it was different than you expected. What surprised you? In stage 2, I'll show you probably a series of pictures, and I'll ask questions at different levels. Okay, so the first one will be something like, what can you name in the picture? Something like this. You'll see this in the chat window when you're inside the class. Another question in this series will go a little deeper. Instead of what can you name, what's the real situation? Now you have to speculate about it. Going a little further, we might say something like, what's going on? What title would you give this picture? For example, if you saw it in a newspaper. And the last question will be an evaluation question. What is person X thinking or feeling? Now you have to put yourself inside of the picture and you have to come up with a new idea. So the last question in the series will always be something that is taking what you've learned before and going beyond the surface. You always have to synthesize or come up or create a new idea. What is this person thinking? Is what they're doing right or wrong? What's going to happen next? And why? Okay. So when we get to the fourth part of the second stage, it'll be questions where you are creating a new answer, something that you've come up with that's completely original. If we have time, we'll move on to the last stage, stage 3. Now that could be a single picture or a series. Here, you'll be asking each other. You'll be asking each other about the pictures you see, and you'll be comparing and contrasting your opinion with theirs. Comparing and contrasting. Okay? So there you go. You have a little outline of things that we can do. 3 different stages. The first picture will be for stage 1. The second picture will be for stage 2, maybe the third. And perhaps we'll use the fourth picture, the last picture, to go to a stage 3 where I am no longer involved. You're asking each other about the pictures, comparing and contrasting. When you get to stage 3, you've got to make a point to use the key language that I've been introducing. I'll always put it in the chat window. I'll try to let you know what is a key phrase and what isn't, what's important and what isn't. Okay, so that's a little bit about how the class works. So if you're ready, come on in and we'll get started. Hello there, Marcus. How are you?
Hello, John. How are you today?
Good. Where is everyone?
Okay.
Is it a holiday?
You no, no. It's work day. No.
It's a work day. Okay. I've been sitting here for
Yeah.
20 minutes waiting for everyone. Just sitting here, looking at the internet, waiting and waiting, waiting and waiting and waiting. So let's learn some English, shall we? Are you ready to learn some English? Just say yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Excellent. And since you're the only one here, I can even help you in Portuguese if you want. Because I know that.
Okay, it's very good.
Okay. So here's the plan. I'm going to show you a picture, a recent, well, not a recent picture, but an important picture. And I'll help you in English or in Portuguese if you need help translating. And you're going to tell me what you think's going on in the picture. Okay, are you
Okay.
ready?
Yes.
Here we go. First picture. Boom. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, a very topical picture.
Yes. It's
So
very strange.
what's going on in this picture, in your opinion?
In my opinion, uh, a guy making acrobatics in the where uh, that war devastation in this war, this place.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I,
let's take a
I think so.
look at this, Marcus. This is your sentence. A guy making acrobatics in a war place, right?
Yeah, yes.
I want you to look at my corrections. A guy doing
A guy
acrobatics.
making acrobatics
Yeah, but we're going to change it
in
from
war
making to
place.
doing. This picture shows a guy doing acrobatics in a war zone. Look at my correction, Marcus.
Okay. The
So,
pictures show a guy doing acrobatics in war zone.
right. So, remember, fazer can be make and fazer can be do,
Yes.
right? Fazer gymnastikish, I guess, or you say acrobatikish. Is what's the word in Portuguese?
As in Portuguese is acrobacias.
Acrobacias. Ah, okay. So it's
Yeah.
acrobatics, yeah. But the pronunciation is a little different. Acrobatics
Yes.
with a bat. Acrobatics. Good, good, good.
Acrobat.
Let's see what our classmates think. Welcome, Jose. Welcome, Roberto. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Hi,
So,
teacher.
Good.
so far
Hello,
so good.
Roberto.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. So Marcus thinks this is a guy doing acrobatics in a war zone. What do you guys think? Jose, what do you think?
I think because the explosion of the bomb,
Mhm.
he is jumping over the ground.
Oh, I got it. So a bomb exploded, and
Yes,
he's
the
being
bomb
sent
exploded.
through the
Yeah,
air.
he has been thrown on the air.
Ah, he has been thrown.
I
Okay.
see that his position is turned down,
Upside down.
upside down.
Okay. Good. I'm going to make a little correction too, Jose.
Yes.
Because of the explosion of the bomb, that needs to go second in the sentence. It needs to go in the end, not the beginning. So you should put the clauses in reverse. Put the parts in reverse. He, or let's say some kid, has been thrown into the air, not on the air, into the air,
Into the okay.
because of an explosion of a bomb. Like this. Take a look at my correction.
Okay.
So whenever you start a sentence and you want to say because or due to, probably it'll sound better at the end of the sentence instead of the beginning. Because in Latin languages, the order of the sentence order
Okay.
is often reversed. So some kid has been thrown in the air because of an explosion of a bomb. Wow, that's quite a bomb. Roberto, what do you think? Do you think it's acrobatics or do you think it's an explosion?
Yes, I agree with Marcus. I think it's try to spend a fun moment doing acrobatics, and I think it's a war song or a demolish song. I don't know, but I think it's a war song. I agree with Marcus.
Where do you think it is? Where do you think this picture was taken?
Can you repeat the question, please? I don't understand.
Where do you
Where?
think the picture was taken?
I think maybe it's a little confusing because the kids that are there is a kid on the left.
That's true.
Yes, and the color of his skin is different from the color of the skin of the boy who is jumping.
Yeah,
and,
he's much darker.
Yes, it's a little confusing. And the type of clothes, the clothes, the kids who is jumping has a occidental clothes.
Has what clothes?
Yes, like a country from Europe, for example. Or,
you said Occidental, right?
Yes, Occidental. Yes, yes.
Occidental. Okay. The word is Western. 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 Roberto. Western.
Western.
Not Occidental. Western.
Western. Okay. Western.
Wait. Yeah, because Occident and Orient. For us, West and East.
Okay.
Occident West, Orient East. So he's wearing Western clothing, right? Western clothing.
I think the place, I think from a point of view, is maybe it's Egypt or Syria or Libya, maybe.
Yeah, Egypt, Syria, Libya. Okay, could be. I'll put in a note in the chat window for you to remember. Two suggestions. You said the color of his skin is different. Well, different's not very clear. So I said his skin is darker, or he's darker skinned. Because different, what does different mean?
Yes, yes, I understand. Yes, yes.
In Spanish and in Portuguese, different doesn't mean the same as it does in English. Like other and different. You can say that in Spanish and Portuguese, because I hear people say that all the time here. But in English, we have to probably use another word, right? So anyway, in this case, you should be more specific. There's nothing racist about saying his skin is darker. You're just being descriptive. There's nothing wrong with that. He's darker skinned. Or the boy who's doing acrobatics is lighter skinned. So you're right. Probably it's the Middle East somewhere. And also not Occident, but Western. Well, let's find out what's really going on in the picture. Give me a second here. Whoops, sorry. Hold on. I'll tell you in just a second. I'm going to give you a link as well. and I'm going to have you actually read the caption. I think I'm going to print this instead. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to print it for you. Okay, Roberto? Oh, whoops. Hold on. I got to copy the link. Give me a second. I want you to read the caption that I just wrote in the chat window, okay?
Okay. A Palestinian youth practiced his skill in the acrobatic sport of parkour over the ruins of houses in the Sehiyaya neighborhood, east of Gaza City. You can see more images of Palestinian youth in Gaza practicing parkour in this slide show from July 2014 and this one for 2012.
And here's the link if you wanna actually take a look later on. If you want to take a look, that's the link. So, not a bad guess. It wasn't Syria, it wasn't Libya, but this was Gaza, the Gaza Strip, and this is after probably the bombing last summer, I guess. Okay, and parkour. That's interesting. Have you ever heard of parkour before?
Yes, there is a neighbor who practices this activity.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
What's it like? I've never seen it. I'm gonna
Yes.
put a little link in the chat window.
He's always jumping from all places he can. The walls, like the picture stones. They try to make acrobatic. I think is activity very complicated, very harmful for knees. Yes, very.
Look at this. Yeah. I've never heard of this before.
I think it's a French word.
Yeah. It says it here. Look. Parcours de combattant. The term classical obstacle course training. Okay, I'm just looking in Wikipedia there. Wow, interesting. If you want to take a look at the parkour link, there it is, the one I was looking at. Interesting, very interesting. All right. So that's our first picture. But you're absolutely right. It looks, you would think Syria because Syria's in the news a lot. So that comes to mind as well for me. Let's move on to another picture. In stage 2, I'm going to ask you a series of questions, each a different one, and each question will go to a deeper level of description. I'm going to try to start with the surface, what you see, and then get behind the image, what's going on. And then we'll try to give a context to the image, give it a title, depending on where you might see it. Okay, Mr. Jose, what can you name in this picture? Tell me, I want you just to name things that you see. You don't have to guess about the situation yet. Simply, what can you name with the vocabulary that you have in this picture? As many objects as possible. Let's work on vocabulary.
Yes, I think I see in this picture I see two people. They are doing. They are equilibrist. They are doing some kind of exercise. I don't know the exactly word to express this exercise. Equilibrism.
No, we don't say that.
Okay.
Well, with the vocabulary that you have, how
Yes.
many nouns can
Yes.
you name in this picture?
Yes, they have to
How many nouns?
to go ahead over the wire, and they don't have to follow over the ground.
Okay, so one
They are,
noun I heard is wire.
yes, wire. They are holding a large stick
A large
on
stick
on his hands,
on their hands.
on their hands because are two. Mhm.
Good. We call that
Uh,
stick, we call it a balance beam. A
yes,
balance beam.
balance beam. Yes.
Okay, so I've heard two nouns. I've heard wire, and that's a good word. You can call that a wire.
Yes.
And I've heard balance beam. Okay, very good. Mr.
Okay.
Marcus, how many other things can you name in this picture with the vocabulary that you have?
Okay. This picture show and I'm married on the air.
A marriage. Marriage.
I'm married. Yes, teachers. Thanks. I met the woman. I'm married and on the air.
Okay, good.
I can see padre. I don't know
Padre. A
what to
priest.
say.
A priest.
Priest. Okay.
Good,
Thank you,
good.
teacher.
I'll put these words we've said so far in the chat window. Okay? Wire, balance beam, marriage, marriage in the air, priest. Roberto, what other words could we use in this picture?
I think there are also two witnesses.
Good. Witnesses.
Witnesses.
Good. Witnesses. And where are the witnesses?
Is on the right down.
On the right down. Well, I don't want to talk about a flat image. This is three-dimensional. So in 3 dimensions, where are they? Yeah, they're on the right, but
Yes.
we say they're in.
I think they're in a platform. This.
That's true. They're in a platform. And where's the platform? We say background. They're in the background of the photo. Okay, good, good. What do we call a man who's getting married, class? A man who's getting married is going once, going twice, 3 times.
Grooms.
Groom.
Groom,
Good.
right.
And the woman is, Jose?
The woman, bride.
Bride. Very
Bride
good.
and groom.
Bride and groom. Good. So we've got a bride and a groom on a wire, holding balance beams in the air, with a priest behind them, or to their side, I guess I should say, and witnesses in the background. Not bad. That's a lot of good vocabulary. What is the groom wearing? What's he wearing? Let's get some more vocabulary here. Do you know what that's called?
I think the groom is wearing a frock or something.
The bride is wearing a frock?
Yes, I think.
The bride.
The name no sé, taxito o algo, same thing like that.
Good. Tuxedo. Good.
Tuxedo, yes.
It is a tuxedo. The broom is wearing a tuxedo. And you know what? We have a special name for that type of tuxedo. It's called tails. The groom is wearing tails. It's a tuxedo that goes down in the back, all the way down to the middle of your leg. It's called tails. The groom is wearing tails, or a tuxedo with tails. The bride is wearing a wedding gown. Wedding gown, like this in the chat window. Okay, so that is not bad. That's a good set of vocabulary to describe the picture. Here's another picture. Now you can see it from another angle. Roberto, what do you think is really going on in the situation?
I think Okay.
Is this real? Or is this from a movie? What is this?
Okay, I don't see the cameras,
Okay.
so I don't think it's not a movie. But it's strange because I don't see the priest now.
Yeah, he hasn't climbed up the ladder yet.
Okay, okay. Hmm,
And also think about the location too. Look at the location. Look at the time period based on look at the cars, right?
yes, I think because of the cars, I think if the period of time is the beginning of the 20 cycle
Century.
century. Sorry, century.
20th century. Look in the chat window. 20th century.
20th century.
Okay.
And the
Good.
type of ships, I think is yes, is for the type of vehicles. I think is the beginning of the 20th century. And I don't know if it's a real wedding. I think it's not this way. I think it's only a show. I think.
Maybe it's a show. Could be. Yeah.
Maybe to promote the city or the village. I think. I don't know.
Okay, could be. Maybe it's a show to promote the city, the village, or maybe they're having a sale at the local decathlon. I don't know. I don't, maybe at the wedding store. I don't know. Could be. Any other guesses before let me see. I think I got one more picture. Oh, that's it. Just those two. Okay. Actually, I'm going to yeah, let's go back here. Any other guesses before I tell you what really happened? Anyone else want to make a guess about the real situation? Marcus, Jose, any other ideas? If not, I'm going to give you.
I think they are trying to catch up the attention of the public.
They are trying to catch the attention of the public. I think so too. Absolutely. I wonder why. Why do they want to catch the attention of the public? I wonder why. Any ideas? You're actually right, Jose. That is the reason why they're doing it. There is a reason. I'll give you a little quote. This is a quote from the photographer who took the picture. Okay, so if you give me a second, I'm going to put it in the chat window for you. Can you read this picture? Can you read that quote for us, Jose?
Okay. The happy pair argued that as there are a lot of hazards in marriage, it was a good plan to get the hardest on over first.
Yeah. Go ahead.
British faith to wed high wire.
Right. That's the caption of the picture. To wed on high wire. What does that mean? Wed. Wed. Do you know what that means? The verb to wed. It's the same as get.
Wet when rain. You.
Not wet. Not wet.
No.
No.
With...
Not wet. Wed with the D.
Okay.
To wed means to get married.
With married, yes.
Same thing. To wed.
Married too. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So the original caption. By the way, Roberto, you got the year wrong. 1959. A lot more recent.
Yes.
To wed on high wire. So they were trying to draw attention. They were trying to catch the attention of the public. And they were drawing attention to the hazards of marriage. Marriage is a leap of faith. Maybe you don't want to take a leap of faith off of that wire, but anyway, that's what they're trying to draw your attention to. So, here's the original caption, or the original story. Give me a second, and I'll tell you. Do I have a text here? I just have a bunch of captions from these different images. Uh, 19-year-old Roland Schmidt and Francine Parry, who perform as sky companions, approached the marital altar 60 feet above La Rochelle, France, in 1959. So they are sky champions. Are they getting married for real? Well, I'm not sure. I think so. Here's another quote. Here's another quote. Marcus, I want you to read the second quote in the chat window for me.
Excuse me, teacher.
Can you see the text that I just put in the chat window?
I don't know.
A janela no lado direito, the chat window on the right side.
Okay.
Is it open?
The right side.
Look at this.
Yes,
Look.
yes. It's open. This.
Over here. Consegue ver este texto? Can you see this text?
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. They would have liked to stay up there for their honeymoon, but it was a convenience as they had to come below for the reception.
Very good. Honeymoon. What's a honeymoon?
I don't know, teacher.
É a mesma palavra em português. Lua de mel.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Honeymoon. Lua de mel. It's exactly the same.
Okay.
Honeymoon is the night before you get married.
The night before you get married? No. After you get married.
After,
Dude.
sorry. After. Yeah, sorry. After you get married, the night before you get married. Okay.
If you have a honeymoon before you get married, don't tell your wife, okay? You're going to have a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Okay. So the joke was that they wanted to stay up there, but the reception, the wedding reception, that's the party. The reception is the party, a festa, the party after the wedding. So the wedding reception was downstairs. They had to come down. They couldn't have their honeymoon up on the high wire. Okay. By the way, these are all real pictures. I didn't make these up. These are all true pictures from the archives. Our third, we probably only have time for one more. Our third and probably final picture. This is a real situation too. Okay, go ahead, Roberto. What can you name with the vocabulary that you have? What do you see in this picture?
Okay, we can see in the picture some men
Who are
in a circle of maybe of steel.
Okay. How about this? Not a circle. It is a circle, but it's a circle that you're probably going to put something inside of, like a pipe or a tube. So let's say in a steel tube. Tube rather than circle.
Yes.
Part of a tube. Some men. Where are the men? Look down. They're not on the ground.
No, there are hugging into the air.
Yeah, exactly. They're high up. It looks like they're hundreds of feet above the ground, very high up. That does not look very safe.
No.
Okay, so we see a group of men in a steel tube high up above the ground. High up above the ground. Okay, very good. Jose, what kind of men are these? What kind of men? How would you describe them?
These men are wearing all fashionable clothes.
Old-fashioned clothes.
Old-fashioned clothes.
That's true.
Yes. I think it could be a sort of an advertisement or something like that. And they are on the bottom part of the pipe, and the pipe is holding with big wires that are crossed around the pipe.
Yeah. It's suspended with wires. Yeah.
With wires. Okay.
That's true. Mr. Marcus, when do you think this picture was taken? Where was it taken and when, in your opinion?
My opinion, the opening of hydroelectric plant.
Interesting.
The opening and this picture commemorative for the opening the hydroelectric plants.
Okay, good. Why? Why do you think so?
Because I see in the picture the building.
Not the building, the construction.
Yes, construction, this hydroelectric and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is a picture of a very famous hydroelectrical plant, actually, a very famous one. Let's see if we can look at another picture of it. Here's another angle. Now that you can see this picture, Roberto, do you think this takes place in Spain?
No, I don't think so.
No. Why not?
Because of the clothes of the men.
Because of the clothes.
Yes, I think it's typically from United States.
Oh, really?
In my opinion, yes, it looks like the films. I think it's typical from United States.
Okay. I don't dress like that. I'm from the States. I dress differently. How would you describe the landscape in the picture?
Yes, it looks there is no too much rain because there is no trees.
It looks arid.
Yes.
Arid.
Yes.
Like this, arid, A-R-I-D.
Arid.
Yeah, it looks arid. It looks dry. So if it's arid and it's dry, and the clothes are typical for the United States, Jose, where does it take place? What's a dry, arid place in the United States? Any ideas?
I don't know. I don't know this place. I think it could be some place. Colorado? No.
Colorado. Okay, that's a good guess. Colorado can definitely be arid in some places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to give you another angle on the same thing. Here's another picture of those pipes or tubes. Look at the size of those things. Look at the size of those compared to the people. Wow. And I think I've got one more. Ah, here's a good picture. Marcus, do you recognize anyone in that picture?
Yes, it looks like in Brazil, President of Brazil.
Does really?
Looks like or not. Can can be Panama Canal.
Ah, good guess. Yeah.
Maybe maybe Canal.
Not canal, but
Yes,
canal.
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 Oh,
Right.
okay. Panama Canal. This well, this looks like a teacher. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Which man looks like the Brazilian president? Which one? The one in the middle, the one on the left, or the one on the right?
Uh,
Qual homem parece o presidente antigo do Brasil? Qual?
the middle.
Oh, the middle. Okay,
The
the middle.
man in the middle. There's government military in Brazil in 1960.
1960.
Yes, teacher.
60, yeah?
Yes.
Ah, okay, good. Well, actually, the man in the middle is American. He's not Brazilian. He's American.
Okay.
He's American, but that picture was taken in, let me see if I can get the date for you. Hold on. The picture was taken in, oh, where's the date? 1 second. Here, 1935. That picture was taken in 1935. Okay, Roberto, who was a famous American in 1935?
1935. It was before the Second World War.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Maybe is the person who is in the middle of the other two men. I think maybe Roosevelt. Maybe
Roosevelt. Bingo. The picture is 1935, and the caption of the picture is this: President Franklin D. Roosevelt tours the dam. Oh, that gives you another clue about what this is. Let me think. Let me see if I have one more picture. Yep, here you can see a picture. Here you can see a picture from a distance. Now, do you know what this is? So that's Roosevelt. It's 1935, and here's a bigger picture of the construction. Can you see what it is now? Anyone? It's not the Panama Canal. What is it? Do you recognize that picture?
yes, it's a hydroelectrical plant.
Yeah, but which one? Do you know which one? This is a very famous one.
Roosevelt.
It's not the Roosevelt plant.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
It's the Hoover Dam. It's the Hoover Dam, which I think is the largest one, or at least it was the largest one. So listen, this picture is important because think about the history. What was happening in 1935? 2 years before that picture, Wall Street crashed. Right? What happened to the economy when Wall Street crashed in 1933? What happened? Hello? Anyone?
The Great Depression.
Yes, the Great Depression. Yes. So, in order to give people work, to give the people work, we began to build in the United States many, 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 many building and construction projects because everyone had no money. This is one of the great construction projects from 1933. From 1933, 34, 35, the Hoover Dam. Everyone had work. So, today, when there's a problem with debt, Europe has austerity. In 1933, when there was a problem with debt, we chose to give people work, give them money, and get ourselves out of the depression. So at least that was the plan. So this is a very interesting picture. And here's a little information. In 1922, the United States government decided that Black Canyon where's the exact location here? Colorado River. Yeah, the Black Canyon on the Colorado River. That's it. They decided this was the ideal location for a dam. They had initially chosen another location, which was on the Colorado, which was the Boulder Canyon. So it was originally called the Boulder Dam. In 1928, construction began. They got approved. 1931, construction began. There were 6 companies involved, but then the Great Depression happened. Tens of thousands of workers came to this site. They moved there from all over the country. They set up tents and they camped outside in record-breaking heat. Temperatures were 120 degrees Fahrenheit, like 40, 45 degrees. So it was extremely hot. This project was able to employ 5,251 people. So it was a major achievement, but also it was a symbol of the Great Depression. 5,000 people who had no money came there, lived outside in tents, and built this project, and moved on with their lives. So there you go. That's a little bit of history for you. Are you surprised? Is that what you thought it was? I find it surprising, at least. Okay. Well, we're going to stop here, but I'll be back in just a minute for language games. We're going to play a little language game where you have to mingle with people at a party. You have to talk about your experience. I'm going to give you role-playing cards, and you're going to use the key language to introduce yourself and try to find a partner that matches your experience. It's called The Music Party, and it's coming up in just a minute. Have a great weekend, everyone, if I don't see you. Okay?
Bye, teacher.
Bye for now.
Take care.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.